It is heartening finally to see some honour emerging in a parliamentary committee room. Fujitsu's European boss has said that the firm has a moral obligation to contribute compensation for sub-postmasters wrongly prosecuted by the Horizon scandal because of the Fujitsu faulty IT software. And Paul Patterson, incredibly noble statement. But of course, he said his gut feeling was that the staff at his company knew about the problems with Horizon before 2010. And Nick Reed, the Post Office chief executive, said he couldn't give an exact date when the Post Office knew the IT system could be accessed remotely. But there is evidence that the IT system was failing even in 2003. Jo Hamilton, who's one of the victims who was showcased in the drama, in the ITV drama, said that she felt like she was treated as a criminal during the process to get compensation. Again, it's the same sort of nonsense as we saw with Windrush, as we've seen with Andrew Malkinson, where the victims have to come crawling to the system, in this case to the government, to get compensation which should rightly be theirs. If those people like Jo Hamilton have been accused of a criminal offence, then that compensation is about £600,000 and is fast-tracked. For those people who didn't get that far but were still seriously damaged by the Horizon software, the compensation is much smaller, and absurdly so. The compensation should be on top of the repayment of the money taken by the Post Office. So in Jo Hamilton's case, I think she calculates that she probably is out of pocket by over £60,000. So being paid £75,000 would be meaningless. Lord Arbuthnot said that it was essential for victims, some of whom have been living hand to mouth, to get the money as soon as possible. He's absolutely right. And it's not only those people who have lined up to get the compensation. There are people in that group whose cases have been upheld for some bizarre reason. Why? They should still be given compensation because whatever cases they were based on faulty software and extremely questionable behaviour by the Post Office. And the Post Office has this right to take private prosecutions, as indeed does the BBC for not paying your licence fee. Both of these rights should be taken away immediately because this is an abuse, a demonstration of an abuse of these rights. And it shows how manipulative and how unfair the system is when a company acts as the law, with the full force of the law, and denies the defendants proper access to the evidence against them. This has been an appalling miscarriage of justice. I'm so pleased that Fujitsu's European boss has acknowledged that face. We did have bugs and errors in the system, and we did help the Post Office in their prosecutions of the sub-postmasters. For that, we are truly sorry. On a personal level, I wish I did not know. I wish I did know. He says, did you know about these glitches? On a personal level, I wish I did know. Following my appointment in 2019, I've looked back on those situations for the company and the evidence I have seen, and I just don't know. I think this is a man who is shocked and saddened by what his company has done, and by the fact that his company has got into bed with a despicable organisation like the Post Office, run appallingly. And it's not just the Post Office Limited, which is bad. It's also Royal Mail, which is bad. These organisations need to be reformed, root and branch. They need to effectively be dismantled and re-established. Maybe re-established as a single organisation which can be monitored by competent individuals from the government, monitored from the top. This is not something that can ever be allowed to get out of hand like this again, because the post office represents our way of communicating. It represents the glue that binds our communities together. And it just isn't working. It isn't working. These people have got sticky fingers and not from doing anything pleasant.